bizarre, outrageous, and incredible stories from around the globe. Weekly World News. And now, Edwin Newman.
Good evening. I'm Edwin Newman, welcoming you to another edition of Weekly World News on the air. Tonight you're invited to a wedding where the bridesmaids are vowing till death do us part. Tonight also we'll meet a New Jersey gal whose wardrobe has reached new heights. And we'll travel to England to visit a lad who has let the game of pool go straight to his head. But first, our cover story this evening begins in a cave deep beneath the Earth's surface. It is here that a college professor and a group of his students have uncovered what may be a living remnant of our human past. They revolt us. They haunt us. But mostly what they do is horrify us. Though bats have a long way to go before becoming man's best friend, Professor Ron Dillon, chairman of the zoology department at Ozark State College, has spent much of his life trying to dispel the myths about these flying mammals. Professor Dillon led a group of students on a 2-day expedition through caves just east of the Shenandoah Mountains. Dillon went deep underground within the crepuscular caves in search of a virtual city of bats. It was there that he saw something that no human had ever laid eyes on.
No amount of knowledge or study or appreciation for the inherent integrity of the species could prepare me for what we discovered. One of my students, Bob, had brought along his camcorder and was able to document the journey. When we came up to the mouth of the cave, we heard a shriek that we couldn't identify.
Come on, Bob, come on, let's go.
I went into the cave for a closer look. I saw it.
Peg is wedged in a rock.
It seemed that its leg might possibly be caught between the rocks.
Deep in that West Virginia cave, Dillon found what can only be described as a creature that was half boy and half bat.
I hardly know what to make of him. He appears to be human, but he's not like any other human being I've ever seen. He's 3 feet tall, weighs 33 pounds. His eyes are twice as big as they should be, and his ears are phenomenally large and well developed. He was obviously terrified when we found him. He started to panic, started clawing and scratching and screaming like a demon. I had to tranquilize him to bring him out of the cave.
Dillon rushed his amazing discovery, whom he's named Robin after Batman's young ward, to a research center near the college. A special environment was created for testing, observation, and Batboy's comfort.
In the weeks that we've been here, we've learned a lot about him, though every answer just seems to raise another question. This much we do know. He appears to be between 3 and 4 years old. He's just over 3 feet tall, and he now weighs 37 pounds, which is too heavy for him to fly.
Dillon believes that the bat child belongs to a race that lives miles below the surface and is extremely sensitive to bright light.
My guess would be that they evolved these bat-like features and abilities to enable them to survive in total darkness. But how they got there in the first place is something I'm afraid we might never know.
Robin has adapted well to captivity, gaining 4 pounds since his capture.
Feeding was a problem at first, but he's been doing very well since we took him off of human food and started feeding him bugs. He eats his weight in them every day, and the hunt keeps his instincts sharp. He's extremely quick and very active.
All that activity tires him out, as it would any young boy, and Robin follows his instinct for sleep as well. Dillon's affection for Robin is clear and runs as deep as the cave where he found him. But as much as he loves his bat child, his scientific curiosity has already led to the planning of his next descent into his bat cave in the spring.
This strange little boy may very well lead us to a world within a world, a highly complex subterranean civilization. But no matter what happens, it's going to change the way we think about mankind and evolution forever.
Still ahead, a young man with a head for pool. And coming up, a walk down the aisle becomes a run to the hospital. When Weekly World News continues.